This is Myra Elaine on the Buying Space channel. Today we're reading the verse of the day out of Philippians. This was a letter written by Paul to the people of Philippi. We're in chapter 4 and verse 6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. So when we're praying to God, we shouldn't be anxious. When we're in the Holy Spirit and in the presence of God in our daily lives and our daily walk, we are to have faith in God. I got schooled on faith this week. Our washer and dryer went out. We're all on fixed incomes. I didn't know what to do. Price of everything is going up, including appliances, and sometimes it's hard to find them. And to buy a used pair is just a repair nightmare sometimes. And a friend of my mother's wanted to sell us a washer and dryer from another friend for $400 cash. And I said, no, we're not doing that. Because you have no protection for the washer or dryer breaking down, and we'd just be out $400 cash if it broke down the next day. So I have been looking online for a couple weeks now for a washer dryer set. And when I found one that was good for $1,000, I called and they wouldn't have it. And they were talking months for it to come in. So I prayed. But to be honest, I wasn't all that hopeful. I don't know why. I believe in God, I have faith, but I had those doubts in my mind. And I'm thinking, why do I have these doubts in my mind that God's not going to take care of us? Well, when this friend wanted to sell this washer and dryer set from another friend to my mom, I talked to the preacher's wife about it, and because I had to reach the man because my mother made an agreement with him, and I didn't like the situation, and it was going to be difficult for us to come up with cash, and the gentleman that was selling it wouldn't even take a check, which is a red flag to me. So I called the preacher's wife. I didn't say anything bad about the gentleman or his friend. I just said, I'm not comfortable with that. We really can't afford to pay cash. It would have to go on a credit card. So anyway, the next day, she called me back. And that day, someone had called her who was a friend of her and her husband's. And because her husband was a preacher and in the ministry, and they knew them from before, they wanted to buy them a new washer and dryer. And then she turned around and she's looking at her old washer and dryer. I think, well, what should I do with these? And she immediately thought of my family because God had just blessed her with a brand new washer and dryer for free. So she and her husband gave their used washer and dryer to us. And that day, a neighbor came in and we were explaining the situation, this had just happened, and she volunteered to help move it because nobody in my household, we're all disabled. So that afternoon, she and her husband and their two grandsons went and moved the washer and dryer from the preacher's house to our garage. Now all I gotta do is pray that somebody will come and hook it up that knows what they're doing. But that's gonna happen. That's absolutely going to happen. I might have to pay for that phase of it, but what a miracle in one day of praying, and my mother praying, and the preacher's wife praying. We got a free washer and dryer. Yes, it's used. Yes, it might break down tomorrow, just like the other set, but at least we didn't pour out $400 cash for something that might break tomorrow. It's a blessing that it's just even out in the garage. I mean, I'm just astounded. And all that anxiety I had for the last 2 weeks about what are we going to do about the laundry. God answers prayers. Prayers are powerful. So you don't have to be anxious. I wasted my mental energy on being anxious and worrying about the situation. Yes, be on task about trying to resolve your situation yourself. And pray. But you don't have to worry. You don't have to be anxious. Sometimes you do have to work out the details. Because God's not going to grant you something, or you're not going to have a miracle by sitting there and doing nothing and expecting to fall out of the sky. Now, sometimes you are in that situation where you don't know where help is coming from. And in that situation, it's harder not to worry, to leave it to God. But I was schooled yesterday, and we have a washer and dryer in the garage to use. And it's a miracle that we got that for free. I didn't know how we were going to make the payments to pay for a washer and dryer. But I was thinking, well, how can I not? We can't go to the laundromat. We can't lug laundry back and forth to the car and sit there for hours. We all have medical conditions that prevent us from doing that. So God answered our prayer. Have faith, people. Have a wonderful and blessed day.